Deserve it.
Okay, it's recording. So today I have those two beautiful beings who found me in the middle of all of this and gave me a chance, and I will never forget this. And I'm so grateful for two of you, Jay and April. Actually, I should say April and Jay because the lady should be first.
Thank you.
And I would like to start with something very, very important, which is please update us. Where do you exist right now?
Where do we exist?
Actually, some people may or may not know, but we were on Patreon, and then one day they just decided to flip it off, and that was the end of that. So we are on a really great platform. It's called spirituallyraw.live, and there's really no censoring. So we're in the process right now of moving all the videos over, and they're almost moved over, probably in the next day or two. And it's really neat. It's nice. It's clean. It's very well organized. So we're, in hindsight, it actually worked out a little better.
Yes.
And
sorry, this is instead of Patreon is gone.
Patreon's gone.
YouTube is frozen, right? YouTube is frozen.
YouTube is frozen until Monday or Tuesday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday?
Monday or Tuesday. And then Facebook, we got another 30 days on Facebook. So I know it's like ridiculous.
But one more place. You forgot. You are part of Gesara Club with Charlie.
Yes.
Gesara Club with Charlie. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're on there.
Such a beautiful, first of all, it's amazing. I mean, kudos to Charlie. We're so grateful. What he pulled off magically, it's the perfect timing, and it's such a beautiful, well done, clean, easy to navigate site. It's a blessing.
Yeah, these guys really stepped up a lot.
They're
I mean, they really first class.
Yes.
It's really nice.
I'm so happy that he created this, and look, it was perfect timing, and I'm there too, and I'm so happy that I'm there because you never know, and this is the best type of people you can have in one place together.
Yes, it is. The way he organized it, it's really like everybody that you follow is all in one place. So it's nice. It's
yes.
Yeah. It's an honor.
You know that today they completely deleted his Instagram account because sometimes I text him through WhatsApp or Instagram gone, like different name was showing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, like it's not him, it's like Instagrammer. The name of his name was Instagrammer, and then it's like poof, and I'm like, what is going on? Anyway, we will conquer this.
Yes,
that's what we have to do.
Oh yeah, and that's the great thing. Honestly, it's like everybody more than ever right now. Literally, like the digital soldiers, what we're doing now, we need to band together. Everybody really just has to come together, put any type of egos on the shelf, and just, let's be one and get this job done.
Move forward,
take it to completion, and get on with that awesome life that's ahead of all of us. It's an exciting time to be alive.
That's why I love you. I love you because of this energy. And I see now how many of those enlightened new agers are like analyzing, strategizing, and I am just like you exactly, how you manifest this reality, just what is the ultimate income, right?
Peace, love,
peace of mind,
peace,
insanity,
love, freedom, everything.
Yeah, that's it.
That connection to your source.
That's the ultimate.
Yes,
really, there's nowhere to go from there because once you have that, you have everything.
So tell me, guys, before I will start to analyze you.
What?
Oh my God, this crazy tables have turned. How this happened?
I know. Brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Do you remember what we did to her? Remember what we put her through? This could be trouble.
Why are you reminding her?
I know.
Don't remind her.
This could be trouble.
Hey, you see, karma, huh?
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to ask you what is your take on this current situation with confusion who won?
With the whole confusion? I'm sorry, was that with the whole confusion?
Well, with everything going on, you mean with the election and everything right now?
I think more than ever right now, if you don't have a connection to God, a higher source, whatever it is that you feel that your soul is connected to, if you're lacking that right now, you're freaking the freak out. because even people that have a connection with God, and even people that are spiritually connected, you still have those moments of like, wait a second, is Trump really doing the right thing? Why haven't we seen this? Why haven't we seen that? I saw your video the other day with Janine, and she did the reading on air.
Janine's great.
Yeah, that was because it was right. I think it was like the morning after, when your nerves were still kind of like, you woke up and you thought everything was going to be roses, right? And then they weren't. And I watched the video and I was like, I feel so much better now.
Yeah, no, that was nice.
So even though we're connected, you still have those moments. So for people that don't have that at all, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, because you're literally freaking out.
And I think people need to really learn. I mean, the way we're looking at it right now, I mean, I can only speak personally, is that, Anya, is that it's so important to live in the present right now. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it's so important not to think about tomorrow, today,
next month,
and yesterday, today. Think about today, and go in that motion, because then it'll instill a habit, so you won't, when these things happen, you'll be able to flow in the moment a lot easier.
100%. Everything I agree with you. And I want to say this, that reading I did with her because like my intuition told me to contact and just ask very simple question. But what
it was perfect.
What I want to say, guys, is this. What you said, April, is so true. I think about this situation very simply, because I feel like this. He's not supposed to win the first time. If God put him in this position, there is no mistake why God will continue keeping him in this position. It's like this. And I agree. People are now, when they don't know how to divide their attention, I feel tension, but I don't think I feel tension because of the information. I feel like the tension of people, actually.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like the energy from the others. Yes, exactly. Which, you just made such a great point, because, and again, you get up and you start your day, and next thing you know, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but we have to really remember, right? It's so true. But we have to really remember, first thing, we need to protect ourselves. We need to protect our energy, because there's so much energy vamps out there that are literally, it's so easy to have your energy drained. So if you're not protecting yourself in the morning and all throughout the day, the next thing you know, you're like drained, right? So it's such an important part of it. Having faith,
aligning yourself with the right people, the right level of people, things that flow, conversations that just flow without very little effort. That's a good indicator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. So because of Florida and South Carolina is totally no confusion, that's where I will be moving. Okay.
We'll see you soon.
We'll be neighbors.
We'll see you soon.
That'd be good.
Who came up with the name behind you? Who was the idea?
I got to give that one to Jay. He did. It was funny. We were sitting at the kitchen table, and we had an insurance, like, quick backstory. We had an insurance agency for, 10 years. And we were totally burnt out. It was great. It was a great run. We had a big agency, the whole thing, but we were so burnt out. We weren't doing what our heart and soul wanted to do. It was great money, but it was just unfulfilling at the same time from a spiritual point of view.
Yeah.
And I said to Jay one day, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I looked at him, and he looks at me and goes, I don't want to do it anymore either. I'm like, really? I'm like, let's sell the business. And telling this to a salesperson is like the only thing they need to hear. So he goes, are you sure right now you want to sell the business? I'm like, yeah, I do. He goes, well, I'm going to go out and sell it this week. I'm like, okay, whatever. And he did. Literally, like 3 days later, he comes in, he's like, it's sold. We need to start packing it up. They're coming in next week. Yeah, they're coming in. They're going to take all our files. They're taking the business. So it happened so fast. We didn't have time to think about it. We didn't have time to reorganize. There was no plan B. There was nothing. And we took, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months off.
Yeah, a couple months.
Took a couple months off.
Figured out what we wanted to do when we grew up.
Yeah, exactly. Regrouped, decompressed. And we're just sitting around the kitchen table, and we're like, what do you want to do? And I don't know. What do you want to do? He's like, well, I don't know. Well, how about if we do something spiritual? Well, that's great, but like what? And then somebody said, why don't you, I think it was my cousin Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He's always told us, he said, you guys should be on have a YouTube channel. And we were always like, you're crazy, you know? And then we actually did. And then we just started thinking of names, and we knew it wanted to do something spiritual. And the Raw is perfect for us. And then he said, what about spiritually raw? And I'm like, boom, that was it.
We went on the domain register.
Who added the ass whipping truth?
That came at the same time. I did the tagline.
Yeah.
Jay came up with the name, and then I did the tagline. Yeah.
Okay. So you're the naughty one.
I'm the naughty one.
She's the naughty one. She's the ass whipping truth. I'm the spiritually raw one.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, April, what you appreciate about Jay the most?
Well, he does have so many beautiful qualities, but I would have to say he's so patient. Much more than I am. Much, much more than I am. And Jay is at a higher level of spirituality than most people. He's definitely higher than I am. And I would say he's really like, I don't like to use the word guru because I don't like that word, but I would have to say he's like my, what would you call that? He's my, I hate to use that word. He's my spiritual teacher.
Oh,
really?
Jay,
Wow.
that's so nice.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
Yeah, it was true.
How about you, Jay? What you appreciate about April the most?
Well, I think that she undersells herself, because I couldn't do any of this. I wouldn't even want to do anything of this without her. And honestly, for me, what I appreciate about it's us. It's a completion of that male feminine energy together. It's an equal component. There's not just a, you know, me. I mean, I can't. You know, it just doesn't process in my mind like that. We do. You know, the fact that I can come up with a thought like spiritually raw, and then right after that the ass whipping truth comes along to complete it. You see what I mean? Or those things, and vice versa. So there's just that none of this gets completed without her. You know, none of it. It all just remains an idea.
Yeah, we have an interesting dynamic. It's always been like this, minus the name of the show, because I will give Jay that to come up with that. But I'm the one that I receive the messages of like, okay, I have an idea. Jay, this is what it is, and I'll give him the idea, and then he's the one that snaps it together and brings it to life. So
and then I give it back.
And then he hands it back to me, and it's like, okay, now that we have it, do something with it.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's like, you know, it's exactly, I remember when I said this on your show, because you are like one to me. And this, what you just said, is this balance. You're one. You're connected.
Thank you.
So great. And I know that you have a lot of downloads already, April.
Thank you.
April is not one to talk, but if you happen to ask her.
Yes, I experience April.
Yes, I'm sure.
And I say thank you for one very important download already happened.
Yeah.
Yes. So my question is, I want to say, because this girl needs to be acknowledged by two of you, and you acknowledge her a lot, but I just want to say it. You have this amazing subscriber, follower, Jay, with the same name like you. And every single,
she's a doll.
I just love her. And she follows me too, but
yes, she does.
Is the most loyal, beautiful person. So I am just amazed by those people who actually are part of your community. What do you think is the reason for it?
You know, we pretty much say it every morning. I don't know. I look, it doesn't matter of how many or whatever. I mean, we talk about it and I'll say, oh my gosh, I said, can you believe that actually people are watching and actually are listening to what we have to say? And I'm like, oh my gosh, can you believe this person's actually writing a note to us? I mean, to me, it's just still so surreal. It truly is so surreal.
We don't take it for granted.
Not at all. I mean, you know, when the people come out and they just say, it is just, it's truly,
an honor.
It's awe-inspiring. It's an honor, you know, to be part of their, you know, help be part of their growth, and they're a big part of our growth, really, too.
And I have to thank you, because you inviting me to your show introduced me to many of those people, and they are the most good-hearted, kind people. They have,
That's nice.
they are very thoughtful, and they are not nasty with comments. And by the way, my next question is how you deal with negativity and trolls when you have
Very easily.
comments.
Delete them.
Okay.
I don't deal with it. I delete it. Delete, 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 delete.
Okay.
It's not, and in the very, very beginning, I would get emotional, like, you know, because you're like, I've worked so hard for this. How could you do, you know what I mean? And Jay'd be like, stop it. Don't do this to yourself. He's like, get rid of him, let it go. And that's the best advice I could give for anybody.
Delete.
Delete. Do not feed into
Don't even engage in it.
Yeah, do not engage into it. Do not, because that's their whole MO. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want to pull you into that. And it's very easy to slide into it.
Yeah, it's like one rotten fruit and then this spreads everywhere.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
So how you see what is the vision? Do you have a vision, guys? Because now we are in this transition that it will be great. But if you now envision the show, do you think there is in a way like a clear vision, or you develop the vision as you go along with the show?
I would say more that, right?
part,
More developing the vision as we
Okay.
go along. You know what I mean? Because people are changing, circumstances are changing. So you really like, I mean, we are literally, as you know, I mean, you've been doing it. I've seen your, you know, your commentary. I mean, you know, everybody seems to be spinning on a dime right now. They're just spinning. You know, they really, you know, they have to turn here. They have to turn right here. You know what I mean? There's just constant things going on. So I think it's just ever evolving, you know.
So did you ever had a guest that you didn't post the video?
That we didn't post the video? I'm
absolutely.
sure. Probably, right?
Yep, no question about
And
it.
why was that?
Well, sometimes it's us. You know what I mean? Oh God,
Yeah,
did you see that? What did you do? That's awful.
Yeah, we were terrible. I mean, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
Not often, but it happens.
More often than not. And if it came down, it was because of our doing. You know what I mean? Either we missed something, we weren't for whatever reason on our game, and just delete it. And you know, there's another day.
Yeah.
You give it another shot, another day.
So it wasn't because of the guest, because the guest was pathetic.
You know, I don't know if it's the.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you want? I'm thinking like it's not so much. You know how it is. It's like I don't always want to put on the guest because sometimes it's just both sides. If that chemistry's not there, then the chemistry's not there. You know what I mean? That guest could be really good on somebody else's show, and it just may have been that we didn't have that chemistry with them, or vice versa. So sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You know,
like no flow, like nothing is flowing.
No flow. It's a lot of, you know. I mean, if it's not conversational, I mean, it's best for all parties to
let it go.
Delete.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
No, I'm sorry. I would say in the beginning it definitely happened, but anymore, like recently, I think if anything, it's just like with practice.
Yeah.
You know, you get better, and the more you do it, you know, it gets easier, it gets more fun, and
our shows are completely different than 6 months ago, even.
Yeah.
6 months ago.
Actually, I went and I checked the older ones.
Oh, they're still there. Oh my gosh, that was like crazy. Thanks for the reminder.
Us.
I appreciate that.
No, but not like those very controversial. I just checked like the lighting, everything was different. I mean, not everything.
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. The lighting was totally different. The setup was different, and just like anything, it's trial and error, right? And the more you do it, and the better you get at it, and before you know it, then you get in your groove, and then it's just fun all the time.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started out, it was stressful. Like there was so much. I'm like, oh my God, this person's on. I have to do all my research and this and that. And I would spend hours and hours and hours before the show. And now it's like 10 minutes, you know? So it's just,
so what is the most important for you? What is the most important for April and Jay in life overall?
My husband. And our son, bar none. That's number one. There's nothing more important than that. You know, people say God, you know, put God first, but my philosophy is a little bit different because I believe that we are the God, right? We are the God goddess. So to think, you know, a lot of people have this idea that God is outside, right? Or you have to go out to get, you know, where, but it's not. God is in here, right? So if God resides in you, then you must be that as well. right? So if you love yourself, then you're loving God, and my husband's the most important thing in my world, and our son. So, you know, as long as I have that, nothing else really matters.
I love
Like
this.
that's the most important thing.
How about you, Jay?
You know, definitely the same. I mean, you know, my wife, our son, you know, just that, and life, just the way we live our life is just there, and really making sure we actually get to write the story of our own life. I mean, that's super important. You know,
Freedom.
like we can write it out and not just be like, you know, this is what we want to do. Again, you know, just waking up in the morning and really doing the things we want to do. And anybody can do that. You know what I mean? It's just they have to make it, just making that decision to say, this is, you know, I'm going to live my life this way. And so really just planning out how we want to do it, whether that be day by day, moment by moment, but let's, you know, let's live in this way. Let's live in the way and enjoy it. Really.
That's yeah, I think the most important thing, and I always say this to Alex, our son, and I've said this to him since, as you know, as when he started talking, I always said, what's the most important thing in life? And he finally got it after, like, you know, maybe 10 or 11 years. Your happiness. Your happiness. There's nothing more important in life than your happiness, because if you're happy, then you have everything.
Exactly.
Do what you do. Just do what you want to do. Just make sure you can survive and have a good time with it and do the right things. That's it. You know, you'll have fun.
What you do for fun? Like where you go out? What is this, like the fun thing you do together or separate?
No, we're always together, as strange as that sounds. Yes.
I ain't kidding you.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you get?
We work together. We live together.
Work out together.
We work out together. We run together.
Really won.
I mean, yeah. It sounds strange, actually, now that I'm saying it. But, yeah, we do everything together. There's really, I mean, unless I go shopping, he hates shopping. That's torture. You know, I'll do that on my own. But just our daily lives are so interconnected that, yeah, we do it. And but to answer your question for fun, we live right by the beach. So every day you wake up, it's just beautiful. You know, that's another thing we don't take for granted. You walk outside and you see the sun, and you walk across the street and there's the ocean, and we run every morning along the ocean. That's not something we take for granted, and it never gets old. I've been living in Florida for almost 19 years, and I came from Pennsylvania, and there's not a day that goes by that I'm not like, this is freaking amazing. I love it here. I love the palm trees. I love the ocean. You know, it just never gets old.
And this is fun. You know, this is like to meet people like yourself. So much fun right now. You know, to meet people like yourself and have these kind of level of conversations. I would say to you, not a lot of people get to have that privilege.
No, you're right.
Or they don't even exercise that privilege. They can do it, but you know, this is fun. You know what I mean? To get to really have these very in depth and learn from each other, and just, you know, it's inspiring. It's therapy. It just cleans the slate very easily, very quickly.
Yes, it's so true. And I you know what I say about this, Jay, and I remember when you said this to me on your show, you said that this is like the best therapy. And I've experienced your prophecy already many times, because I have days when I don't, you know, we are on this roller coaster energy wise, which is normal. Like this is the shift right now. So before it will stabilize, we will go through this. But I remember when you said it's a therapy, and it is, because after I talk to people that I talk to, I feel better.
Absolutely.
Yes. And you know, like for me, like meeting two of you, this is my very healthy social life right now. This is my social life.
Yes.
And it's very precious. You're so right. It's very precious when you meet people like yourself. And it's like April, I feel like she's like watching over my soul.
Oh,
yes,
I try.
She told me of one doo-doo situation already, so thank you, April.
My pleasure.
But I want to ask you this, because I think you have some international roots. April, like Italian, and Jay, India, right? Can you tell me more about it? Like how far back does it go? How is that for you?
For both of us, it's generational. My grandparents, my mom and dad were the only ones that were born here. Everybody else, they were born in Italy. So it goes all the way back.
Do you know which part of Italy?
Yes, it's Oh my gosh, I just forgot it. Hold on, it'll come to me.
Was it Sicily?
No, no, no.
Like the
it's,
northern part?
That is like total mafia, Jay.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not even saying anything I don't know about. Forget about it.
Oh my gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me in one split second.
Okay.
Gosh, it's
Well, while
it's
you're
right on
thinking
the tip of
about
my
that,
tongue.
so mine's from India. Both of my parents are from India. You know, New Delhi, right?
Oh.
And my dad is from
Abruzzo. I'm sorry, it
right.
just came to me.
Where?
Abruzzo.
Where is it? North?
It's if I'm not mistaken, I think it's southern. I'm almost
Close
positive
to
it's
close to what place? Do you know?
No, I have to be honest. I don't, because I hate to say this, and I hope it's on my bucket list is to get there.
You gotta go. You've been to
Yeah.
Italy, right, or no?
I haven't been
No.
to Italy yet.
I'd love to go too.
France. I've been to France.
Gesara, you have to go to Italy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure.
So
Absolutely.
India, how about India? Have you been there, Jay, or no?
Yeah. So I've been twice. And then we went together right afterwards, and it's a pretty wild place. It really is. I would say this: when you go to India, I don't know if you've ever been, but
No,
I would
not
say
yet.
It's an experience.
anybody that doubts there's God, goddess, whatever, go to India. You're gonna see and feel it. I mean, you see things like people see things here, like you and I are seeing each other, right?
Yeah.
Like looking at each other right now.
Yes.
You see the spirits, wouldn't you say? I mean, it is everything.
God is everywhere.
God is everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're getting blessed.
They
Everywhere
pray for you.
Oh God.
Everywhere you go, people are blessing you. If they have a business, they never open the business until they do a puja or a prayer in the morning.
It's all about-
Everything revolves around God. It's amazing.
It's really a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to watch, you know?
So how was the wedding? Was it like this Indian style with 3 days of
I wouldn't say that.
Not at
No,
all.
it was the complete opposite. It was in a hotel room in the
about
middle of the night.
3 bottles of champagne and just about
And
3
a
o'clock.
justice of the peace.
3 o'clock in the morning, and a justice of the peace in the phone book that we found, right? Pretty much.
So maybe when you renew the vows, you will have like the elephant and stuff, right?
I would
Maybe.
love to do
And the
that,
flowers
yes.
everywhere, flowers. Or even in
Yes.
Italy. Oh my God, if you have wedding in Italy, I'm coming for real. Like I don't need
Absolutely.
invitation.
Yes.
Like renew the vows in Italy.
That's a great idea. That really
So,
is a great idea.
I would love to go to Italy.
Who is the dream guest besides Trump?
Who is the dream guest?
Besides Trump.
Oh wow.
Trump, that's hard to Trump. That would be very hard to Trump. Well, David Icke was up there, and we just interviewed
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Is there anybody on your list?
For me, my dream guest would be like literally like a, I mean, honestly, like an avatar, like a Jesus Christ
Oh
of
yeah,
some
there you
sort.
go. Jesus would be my dream
I
guest.
mean, that would be my dream guest.
Yeah.
The avatar of our age. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or if there's an avatar of our age now, because they say they're out there. If
You
there is one.
know, guys, I actually saw avatars.
Yeah.
And this is not interviewing me. I know April.
No, it's all good.
but no, I know. But for real, I saw it, and you know what it was? It was I went to have ayahuasca because I dealt with depression for a long time, and I did a lot of research, and they were saying that ayahuasca helps with certain chemical balance.
Yep, the serotonin.
Yeah, the plant medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was actually in control of myself, but I just had more awareness, like my third eye had opened. It wasn't like I lost myself completely. And when I was looking at the shaman, I literally, because they were like cleaning the energy around you, you know, with those feathers.
Yes, yes.
What a very beautiful ceremony. And I look at him, and his eyes changed like a cat eye, and I saw like the ears, and then I saw the other guy was very good, two very good people, and the other one had literally like a tail, like Avatar, and he was walking like this, like a cat. It was amazing. It was
so cool.
So they are actually, like they are among us. Like
I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah,
and that's what I would like to interview. Those beings is really would be my ideal guess. You know, seriously, I would like to interview the avatars, the aliens. You know, have them tell us what they know.
Yeah.
So
because they're the ones we're looking for answers from.
Palladians.
They're the ones we're looking for answers from.
So do you think how would you celebrate because I do believe, for me, that this whole situation with the voting will continue, will go through the court. I really think it will. And I think almost it's necessary for this to expose and to finally take to court those people who never been punished for all those crimes.
100%.
Right? So I think
Yes.
like January, until he is sworn, we will have this. But then we have the time when it will go, and we are stepping into completely different reality. So how do you see this for two of you and the world afterwards?
After everything settled down?
Yes.
Do you want to?
It's so easy to speculate and dream about what it's going to be like. You know, you hear about Nassar and Gesara, and then you have Pimpy with the gold and the silver and the revalue of the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong and med beds. You know, that is incredible. Just the thought of that is absolutely amazing. But I think what is more amazing is that we're waking up the planet. And the more that we wake up the planet and we wake up humanity, that's when the world is going to see a tremendous shift. I believe when the world realizes that and without sounding like a cliche, when the world realizes that we are truly all one and color is just an illusion, that's when we'll see peace. And we are striving, you, us, all of us are making strides to make that happen. And I think that's the greatest honor, is waking up the planet.
How about you, Jay? Do you see a turmoil coming and then peace, or you think it doesn't have to be turmoil?
I think how it is right now is how it's going to continually be. There's going to be people that are not experiencing turmoil right now. They're able to take the moment and realize that their spirit is being, you know, challenged, tested, whatever you want to call it. Anya, is that, and then they go with that, and they you know, it forces you to. I mean, there's things that you do, you have to go deeper. People go deeper at these times. People either go deeper within to try to get that peace with themselves, or they're gonna just crack. They're gonna crack. So I think I don't think any of that's gonna change because of an election. Quite frankly, I really don't. I think that's a spirit thing that's inherently within us, and I think some are gonna hopefully, and our jobs, all of us, your show, our show, and our job is to help get as many people enlightened about, hey, it's okay, just brace yourself, we'll get through the other side together. And then there's just going to be those people that just don't, they're just not going to happen, and they'll have turmoil, whether it's now or whether there's, you know, $20 million on their pocketbook the next day. It's just it's just what it is. That's their spirit.
And the one thing I have to say is, you know, because let's face it, not all family members agree what we agree on.
It was my next question. You're reading my mind. Did you lose anyone along the way, friends or family members?
Yeah, I would definitely say, I don't know if I would say lose them, but they've definitely pulled back. Okay. Right? Okay. Family members for sure. As a matter of fact, I even got a text from my first cousin today. Take me off this text. I don't want to have this conversation. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. So it's taken me a while really to, you know, cause like I want to fix everybody. I want everybody to understand what's going on. I want everybody to feel better. Yeah. But you have to understand that that's not our job. It takes a
lot of your energy. It takes a lot of your own energy that could be just sustained for the people who are ready.
Yes, exactly. So we have to realize, you know what, we're just not going to be able to save everyone. It's just not going to happen because everybody's on their own life path, right? So not everybody's on the same path. And the best that we could do is help the ones that are wanting the help the ones that are open to listening, and stop pushing ourselves on the ones that are telling you to back off. Because what I have found personally is it backfires, number one. And karmically speaking, I think for our own self, the more that you push someone, and even though you're doing it out of your heart, right? You're doing it because you really believe that you want to try to help this person, karmically it's hurting us and it's pushing us back.
You're so
So
right, April. Such a good point. You're so right.
Yeah.
Because exactly, our soul chosen this experience, and we are almost like abandoning, in a way, our
yes.
soul and go, okay, I will save you. And like, it's so right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People I found out, Anya, they're gonna get it or they don't. I mean, there was because we asked this question a lot on our show, like how do you handle it with families
Mm-hmm.
and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best answer I got was from Prime Minister. And
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, I said, how do you handle it? He goes, you know what I do? I just give it one good shot,
Oh yeah, I did say
just
that.
one good shot. And that's
Mhm.
it. They don't get it in that one good shot, then I'm out. I tag
Yeah.
out and that's it. And I think that's I think that was a pretty
That was
wise
definitely
thing to
that was my
really,
turning point actually
wise
when he
thing to
said
think
that.
about that.
It was
So
like I finally got it. I'm like,
yeah.
yes, you're
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too, because Prime Minister, he's obviously a minister, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hearing that from somebody that is really connected to whether you want to call it God or he has obviously a biblical background. It made me feel better. And when he said that, I'm like, you know what? Thank you. You're right. That is true. I need to stop doing that.
So I
I think
want to
that
ask
really was
if you agree with this. This is my take on this current situation. April will know a little more where I'm going with this.
All
okay.
right.
You know, as we know, because we know already,
Right.
a lot of people are not going to be at the front scene very soon. A lot of famous people, a lot of known people, established, successful, the leaders, the role models, etc. So we going to have very, very big open space. And in this open space will be an opportunity for a lot of new agers and so-called gurus and those who are so enlightened, April knows who I'm talking about, to enter this space and say, okay, that was wrong. Now I show you what is the right way. I will lead you, I will teach you, I will show you, I will elevate you, whatever. I think what is the most beautiful right now, when I've noticed in those months that I became part of this experience, like meeting you, meeting Charlie, meeting Pimpy, okay, that they are real people with not perfect surroundings like here, okay, who are not ideal and who speak and connect with another real beings without any agenda of making huge amounts of money or being famous or anything like this, just speaking the truth. I want to hear how you see this, because this is going to be one of the biggest shifts in this spiritual, like those courses and workshops,
Yes.
and this money and thousands of dollars, and you walk on fire, hey, and all of this is not going to exist anymore.
Mhm.
So, I mean, the way I look at it with the opening, like you talk about, like the opportunities and things like that, I think that like anything in life, there's going to be a ton of people that are going to look at that, opportunists, right? If you would, that are going to take a look at, hey, well, how can I prosper off of this? How can I maybe, and again, and it's going to happen. This happens through the ages. There's going to be those times people are going to get taken advantage of.
Mhm.
And then so I think the best thing to do is going to be, again, really just make sure that you are protecting yourself, and you're aware of this. And it's just it's just constant, Anya. Really, it is. I mean, there's no other way to get through this other than to talk through it, kind of thing. I mean, it's constantly talking, it's constantly being aware, it's
Discernment.
learning from other people, and
Yes.
it is an every
Takes
single day
practice.
thing. And then every day you know what you can hopefully you apply for that day, and the next day you maybe get another lesson. I don't think our lessons stop. And I think if
Yeah.
we see, hopefully we all get wiser, and is the goal, and we get more aware that we can, when these things do happen and we see these things, that we can look at it and just, if that's what it is, and, wish that person or persons well for what they're doing, and just know that that's not in your plans, and go your other way. You know what I mean? Go into what your plans are. I look at it this way. I mean, I don't think, so much we're here to fight any type of, I do believe in the concept of good and evil. I really do. I'm not sure necessarily if we're here to fight a battle per se, and really just all this. I think the strength of us being together and learning about each other is really where we need to focus our energy on. Not so much about, well, let's take a look at what the other side and how we can defeat that. Let's take a look at how we all collectively can get together, harness and build each other's strengths. And then I think from there, then we create a God consciousness of sort, or goddess consciousness of sort. And that in itself, that's power without even having to say or physically do anything, is how I see it from that perspective. At least I'd like to see it like that.
You know, it's so true. But you know what Bamboo Panda always says?
The Chinese restaurant?
No. No, the movie Bamboo Panda.
Oh yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility, right? So people in great power can create hell and havoc, or they can create a heavenly atmosphere. So it's what you do with it, and as long as your intentions are good and you do the right thing, then you're on the right path.
I like that, Panda.
Right?
Yeah, me too. That's why I said a Chinese restaurant. I was thinking, I was like, what are we going to have after this? Oh my gosh, yes.
You know what I think, guys? You know what I think it is right now? That we are, those who are able to perceive it, they will finally come to this conclusion. We have to be our own leaders.
Exactly. Exactly.
We have to.
We are our own. That's what I said, you know, or I was alluding to when I meant, and I don't mean it in a egotistical way when I said that we are the god and goddesses, but when you look outside of yourself, you're giving your power to something else or something that's outside of you, when really everything that you have and everything that you need is within. And if we learn to focus on that, because it's very easy to get distracted. You have so many people talking about different versions of this and different versions of that. But I think the most important thing is realizing that everything you have and everything you need is really right here. You just have to learn to go within and focus on it.
So my last question is, for this,
we're done already? It's over?
No, I mean, I don't want to take more of your, but hey, I could keep going.
This is her therapy.
I'm just kidding.
This is her therapy session.
Therapy, yes, exactly.
I told you it's therapy, right?
But okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Your biggest dreams that have not manifested yet, but are still alive there.
My biggest dreams that have not manifested yet, that are still alive there. Now that is a good one. Wow, that's a good one. You had to close with that one, didn't you? So
mine's easy.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll pick up on yours.
You well, for the same dream? Is it the same dream or no?
I'll let you know after I hear hers.
In it. Yes, absolutely. Well, definitely. I have to live by the water, whether it's across the street or right on the beach. You know, being as close to the water as possible. But ultimately, like, the dream environment is to just open up the sliding glass doors and there's the ocean, and you have the breeze, and it's just right. I mean, we live across the street. It's pretty darn close, but it's not directly on the ocean.
But you can be closer.
I want to be, exactly. Okay. Yes. I want to walk out and have my little tootsies hit the sand. Then,
okay. You know, I think that's easy. I think it's coming.
Yeah, I think so too. I think sure. Right now, as far as that, just manifesting just keep working on it for me. You know what I mean? It's work in progress, you know, as far as I feel like really, you know, I have to say this, I feel very, very blessed. I really do, you know, with what we have, really just, you know, just everything, the work we do, the family, you know, just the people we meet. And so for me, it's just ever evolving manifestation, you know. I just, it's just really that connection with the source, you know. It's just getting tighter. Ultimately, that connection with the source, because when you're connected with that source, then anything's possible. I mean, you kind of like almost like a wave a wand kind of thing, and there you have it. You know,
guys, I want to acknowledge you for all you do. I want to acknowledge you for putting this beautiful, clean energy out there as you do.
Thank you.
And no matter who is your guest, and they are very diverse, you always have so much respect to them, and you carry on this dignity and class and humor and joy, and it just comes out of the screen, and you are asking deep questions in a very simple way. And that's why I think you have such a beautiful audience, because they can understand, even though it's a deep question, but it's how you ask that the answer is actually received and people can receive that answer too. So I acknowledge you for this because you really touched my life already, and you know this, and I appreciate this very much. And I hope one day I will like hug you in person because now I can't. So
I know, definitely. For sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you for everything.
Keep on
Likewise.
going. And I will attach all those new places that you exist currently.
Thank you.
And I truly think that after all of this mumbo jumbo ends, many of those platforms will be changed too. So
yeah,
absolutely, yes.
Yeah. That's why it's not to take so seriously anymore. You know,
and just to tag on something earlier that you said, not only that I think that that's going to change too, but I think you're going to see a lot of people that you may be seeing now that you may not be seeing in the future. Because
it's a little cryptic.
Well, no, because because
it wasn't it?
Easy but complicated.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of false prophets.
Oh.
And I believe that the false prophets are people are gonna be like, you know what? You are full of shit.
You want to give one initials at least?
Don't give an initial. Don't do it. Don't go down that rabbit hole, young lady.
No can do.
Okay. We good. We good. We don't need we know inside.
Yeah.
Thank
exactly.
you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Love you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for having us on. It was really
congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
You're on your way to 10,000. You're gonna blink and you wake up and oh my God, I got 10,000.
You know what? Honestly, having this experience like right now and meeting people like yourself, honestly, this is gift. It's a gift.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful for you guys. I remember when I was listening to you before I end this great conversation. I remember it was just a few months ago. I was just walking and listening. Like I'm too much on this phone, I know. And I was always like Charlie, Ward, Pimpy after. And then it was you, and it was like bim, 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 bim. And now, look, I'm talking to you. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's really nice. See, that's manifestation.
Exactly.
You're being with we're all being
that's what
with
happens
the spirit
when you become one and connected with the spirit. Everything magically just aligns.
Yeah. You tell us your experience, we share our experience, and that's how we all grow and get better together, you know?
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank
you.
Love
you so much.
Can you end this? I love how you end this. Make all your dreams come true, please.
Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you so much. This has just been an absolute blessing, and we're so honored to be Anya's guest. This is just awesome. And thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. And together we are turning the universal key to global harmony, and we are creating a unified world. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. Many blessings.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Love you.